We're all set. Action. You're going to give me grief again? I'm sitting here with my friend David Schnurman. David is from New York City.
Brooklyn is part of New York, but yes, Park Slope.
Okay, well, I was born in Queens.
I like to represent Brooklyn. I like to represent Brooklyn. You know how it is in the outer boroughs. We don't get the love. We sometimes want to make sure people know.
So you cheer for the Yankees then, though?
Yeah.
See, so you're
I'm not a sports guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I follow the bandwagon.
So let me ask you a couple of questions. Kind of crazy that Cleo, in their right mind, would ask us to come here and speak.
I gave them a pitch, and they said yes, and I said, oh my God, I got to figure out what I'm going to speak about. I got 3 months, and then finally I was able to actually use that to come up with something that I'm really passionate about.
Let me ask you about that for a second, and also, what do you do for a living? You got a company. How long ago did you found it?
So similar to you, I think I'm on 11 years, because last year was 10. Okay. It keeps changing each year. So we are the largest provider of online continuing legal education. We have over 3 million courses that have been completed on our site. We have an app that we launched last year that has, I think, 40,000 completions on it since we launched it. And we have 1,400 hours of courses on our site today. It's like overwhelming, the amount of great faculty, and it's all really how-to courses.
And where do you get a harebrained idea to start something like that?
My daddy.
Yeah. Who was the lawyer?
My dad. Yeah. So he had 25 years before I started Lawline. He started a TV show called Lawline, and his goal.
That I didn't know before.
Yeah, he was before Facebook Live. He was on public. He was the first Facebook Live out there, and only if he was younger he could have competed. And then in 1999, when CLE became mandatory in New York, he had the harebrained idea to try to turn Lawline into a CLE company. It actually was the .com crash. It never really worked out, but I knew there was a great idea there. So in 2006. I said, let me give this Lawline thing a try. I was in law school, and we were lucky to be at the right time at the right place.
Now I know.
Oh, you didn't know all that?
Now the name.
And now you met my dad.
I met your dad last night.
Yeah.
Which was great, just chatting with him. And I wish
He's going to be here all week.
Is it doing it?
We're back. So
you got us in the screen and everything now, too?
Is there a Wi-Fi connection?
Yeah, we switched to Wi-Fi for cellular, and the Wi-Fi is worse than my cellular coverage.
Cool.
But anyway.
So I was just saying my dad is a prop in my speech.
And what did you talk about?
Yeah, so to me, it came from a conversation that I had with my dad a couple months before I wanted to speak. But really, the past 25 years of my life, I've been trying to decode success. And ultimately what I realized is that I face all these walls that I can't break through. So the talk, what I call is a fast-forward mindset, it's about how we can break through our walls. And it's this two simple, straightforward things. It's how to be more fearless and more focused. And so I break down in a very simple way, at the moment you face a wall, how to be more fearless, like a lion, or more focused, like a mountain climber.
So you can be manic too. Look at the rest of us.
I am
here.
So were you at the part? There's a point when.
But I mean,
you saw that.
Oh yeah.
I was like, if Kevin sees this, we're both very manic things.
But you look around here, these people that start these companies. I mean, somebody had to go home and tell their husband, "I think I got this idea, really." And what are you going to do? Well, I think I'm going to quit my job, but maybe not for a little while. But it's going to be okay. I really believe it's going to work. I mean, you have to have those crazy conversations. And then when you get into it, you start going a mile a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, if your team doesn't totally believe it, you're just scaring the hell out of them.
Well, so I went through two stages. One, where you have that. So the first, I'd say, 5 years of my business was that passion, manic stage. Everyone followed along. Thank you. And everyone followed along, and it was great. The second stage, though, was like, okay, you got to go from a founder to the CEO, and that's where I put all my energy into planning and focus. And so I felt like, to be honest, I was like taming my inner beast. And you know that feeling where it's like, and now I'm sort of releasing it again because we have the systems and processes in place.
Yeah, and it's important to do that,
right?
Because for me, having a COO now, that we've got a good working relationship. Today, I mean, he's up on top of a mountain in Whistler, yesterday we're going back and forth, and I'm in an airplane, and we're having conversations on Slack, drafting things and exchanging things. But to have that level of trust, be able to sit here this morning and say, hey, there's a large firm in New York that's going to want this or that.
Yep.
You guys own it, and he'll make sure it's dealt with, even though he's a couple of days out of the office. Because he knows it's more important for me to be out creating a little bit of havoc
not
here,
causing havoc there, right? Absolutely.
And creating the energy out here, and then bring that energy back to the office. So it's going to be critically important that you continue to do all that.
People are like, go, do your thing.
You have to do it.
And I can tell you, like the two takeaways, if I could share with you, because I don't know which parts you saw, that really had an impact on me and what I wanted to share with everybody was, number one, most people don't recognize how good they are. They focus on the things that they don't have versus what they do have. But number two, and this is what really had the impact on me, most people, once they've achieved some form of success, they get too comfortable in their good life to achieve their greatness, because all these walls that fill up, well, I don't want to lose what I have. I don't want to, take risk all that. I'm just comfortable. I'm good. And so what I realized, I just turned 40, just like you. And what I realized, though, was when I'm 50 or 60, I don't want to look back today and realize that the last 20 years I was just comfortable and good. So the fast forward mindset is, for me and for you, for us, is a simple formula. If you buy my book for $19.99, no, I'm just kidding, there's no book yet, but it's a simple formula that I've put for myself on how to be more fearless when you need to be, but most importantly for me, and I think for you too, how to be focused. And you've ran 55 marathons, or a lot. Let's just say you've run a lot. The number one thing that I realized when you run a marathon is the training plan. What does the training plan have? It has dates. It has clear mileages and KPIs. So too often we have an idea and we just run and do it without
I was very impressed. You have the thing on the screen and it's all in a computer with notes and everything.
I did that, yeah.
And I'm thinking mine were always on napkins that I was like eating someplace and I had to go back and go, what week was that I ran so many miles? And just sketching it out, but making sure I always had my 8 weeks of training very solid leading to the marathon.
8 weeks? That's,
Well, but you had a base from before. Yeah. But you'd have 8 weeks where you'd have to get into the mold of doing it. The other thing that I think is really important, because you're giving the message to lawyers, basically on the same lines that I am, in different ways, but that anything is possible, and somebody has to do those things. So all these lawyers here, there's 1,200 lawyers from 20 countries. Each one of them can make a dent in their communities, if you would just leave stupid behind and realize you can accomplish anything you want. But I think it's really important that keep being driven home to lawyers, one at a time. Because every lawyer in Manhattan could decide to do something a little bit different than they're doing and make a big difference in their lives.
An easy way to think about that is, what is 3 things, and I wonder what yours is, that you wished you were more fearless about, right? Because I bet you those are 3 things, whether it's helping out more in their community, whether it's taking a risk. But we all have those 3 things. Mine, let's see if I can remember them. One, it's being a pilot. I wish I was, or that's more focused, but I would love to put on a conference like this. This to me is, I would love to do a documentary. I would love to do things that I've always wanted to do, that I feel like, it's like, what, I'm good. I'm not sure how to do it.
So let's do a conference next June.
Let's do it. We can do this. There's more. There's so much energy.
We used to have people, and we didn't do it.
Let's do it. If anybody who's watching and wants to work with us to put together a conference like this, we can do the East Coast or West Coast.
It ain't being 1,200.
We're going to start with 20 people. If 20 people want to show up at our next conference.
And I've got 5 kids. You got how many kids?
I got 3 kids.
You got your dad.
And we can have both our companies come, right? So we got at least 40, 50 people there. We're fine.
No, but when you say the conference, that's one. Every year I sit here and I say, we're not going to do something as large as Jack has done, but we have our client publishers all the time that want to get together. I was just in Chicago, and
our faculty always want to get together.
In Chicago, they were just saying, "Can you introduce us to each other so we can hang out?" And then the next question, they said, "Well, why aren't you coming to Chicago and doing meetup sessions or just small conferences so we can share ideas for half a day?" And it could be small.
This is it. Everyone saw this, and we're calling for help. Email David.
We'll have you do it.
we got two manic people. We need somebody with detail and organization. We'll hire.
I'm wacky, but I'm not going to call for help on a conference right now.
See that? I'm too revved up.
But one thing we should do is, one thing we did talk a while about was giving people the opportunity to have CLA or some arrangement with LexBlog client publishers. We have 15,000 lawyer publishers. Figure out some way so that Lawline.
I agree.
Lawline could be available to them. So we may have dropped the ball on that. I don't know, but let's reconnect on that.
Well, it's not live yet, so I guess we did drop the ball.
Yeah. Let's get that.
And
done.
there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Alan Sherman.
I was told that Lawline was actually the originator of Facebook Live.
Yeah, I was telling him about the TV show. Anyways,
anyway, we're just wrapping up.
Oh,
David.
You know what Kevin just said to me? He's like, we should have Lawline promoted on LexBlog because it's such a great thing. He said it here, and
so we'll do some.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
We'll do a relationship where the LexBlog network members get deals on Lawline CLA.
Look, honestly, I would love to. I think there's a real opportunity.
We'll do that.
But anyways,
well, thank you, sir.
I don't want to bore anybody else, but.